It is. If we, our choice right now, and of course, it has been difficult to do anything about this. I mean, how can you,
Yeah.
how can you grab a technocrat at the top? You don't even know who they are. It's really hard to,
Yeah.
figure out. We had Anthony Fauci for a while. He just got booted out of the White House, by
Thank
the way.
God.
I
Yeah.
did a little happy dance around my office.
Yeah.
He's finally gone.
Woo.
But the damage is done,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's already just, destroyed our economic system.
Right.
But we've had kind of a blessing in disguise with these face masks and wearing a face mask because they're very visible. You can see them from hundreds of yards, right? And for all the people in society that have knuckled under and said, oh, we must wear a face mask because we believe all the propaganda that the government has put out on it, when in fact there is no real science behind it. That's coming out now all over the place. I think another couple of months, people in general around the country are going to shake their head. Yeah. But this is what led us at CFFS, that's Citizens for Free Speech, to come up with an anti-protest symbol, which is this little card that that we've been distributing to tens of thousands of people around the country.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's reversed or not to you, but
I can see it. Yeah.
What it says is wearing a face mask poses a serious health risk to me. And this has found tremendous application. Oh, and by the way, we have the First Amendment printed on the back, so you can give somebody a little ad hoc education. This is why we're protesting this. But Americans need to use this symbol as an anti-symbol. We will not comply. We are not going along with the program anymore. And this is a small step. It's kind of like the moon landing, right? It's a small step for man and a big step for mankind. We need to protest these people and say, you tried to shove this down our throat. We simply will not comply.
Yeah.
This has struck a chord with the American people. I was absolutely overwhelmed 2 months ago when I first threw these cards out as an experiment to see, well, maybe it would help somebody. And all of a sudden, we're ordering 2,500 cards a week, and we can't keep up with the post office. It's like, oh my gosh.
Well, Patrick, where can my wife and I get one of those?
Well, citizensforfreespeech.org.
Okay.
It's right on the homepage.
Beautiful.
So, people have come, they're getting the cards, they're wearing them into all kinds of situations. I wore mine into Costco the other day, and of course the lady, the greeter, wants to jump you for a face mask. Ooh, she holds it out. Ooh, you need to get that on your face. And I simply just flashed my card like this. I didn't have any discussion with her, and she said, "Oh, yeah, come right in, sir. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's almost like she was so relieved, and I think she was, that she didn't have to confront an angry consumer. She was kind of relieved. Oh man, there's why I don't need to deal with this on this one. I just put my face mask back in the box.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
But this is the way that we practically can start helping people grow a backbone to be resistant, or to be, understanding of not playing the role that they want us to play.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. It's like a stage for them. It's like a play, like an act, and everybody has an assigned role. And if you simply say, look, I know I'm just an extra on the set, but I'm not going to play the role that you've assigned to me, and I'm going to stand out like a sore thumb. And I'm going to let all the people around me know that I'm a sore thumb. I'm standing out like that. You can see me. And we can make a difference in kicking this back in their face. And they hate to be wrong. These technocrats just detest being wrong. And they detest being resisted. And they honestly cannot understand why anybody would resist them. Can I talk about that just for a second?
Yes.
This goes back to the Trilateral Commission in the early days of the 70s, where we, Professor Sutton and I, debated several members of the Trilateral Commission face to face in some cases. In other words, in front of each other. And I got to understand their mindset a little bit and how they think. And here's one thing that I noticed. This is true of technocrats today as it ever was. when they come up with some idea like interdependence or, you know, creating this new international economic order, in their mind, they think they're absolutely right, and there really is no other side of the argument.
Yeah.
Therefore, they look at somebody like me, who's giving reasons on why you know, this may not be a good idea, or there's pitfalls, or there's a rat in the woodpile sort of thing. They look at me with a question mark on their mind, and as honestly as like a deer caught in a headlight. Well, why wouldn't you go along with this? Well, you know, it makes perfect sense. I mean, everybody should be for this. And it's like, no, we're not for it. You know, we have a dissent here. And they just don't get it. They don't understand that anybody could conceivably shoot their ideas out of the water. This is how technocrats think today. This is how people like Anthony Fauci clearly think, even though he's fired from the White House, clearly thinks that you and I are idiots.
Yeah.
And that we can't understand the science. And we don't know, we just don't know what he knows. And therefore, you need to listen to him and take it as gospel truth. Really?
Yeah.
Not me. Not me. This attitude really stinks, I have to say. And whether it ever shows up in a technocrat, you know, situation or in a political situation, these people need to be pushed back on, you are not accepted here. We don't want you here.
Yeah.
This is the only thing that's going to make a difference to stop these people and push them back where they belong.
That's the only thing they'll understand, because they think they're scientifically and intellectually superior to the rest of us gnomes out there. And as I mentioned earlier, they have no moral compass. They have no ethical center. It's all about technocracy. It's all about their advancement or the advancement of their ideas. They are wired that way. And you're so right. All they understand is a pushback. And what you're doing here, Patrick, with that badge is, I hear this all the time. Well, what can I do? What can I do to stand up to this? I want to do my part. Well, here's their part. They can take this badge and actually and get the fulfillment of doing something about this by taking that badge and holding it up and being a part of this free speech movement, which is the foundation of our freedoms. Here's something that people can do, and here's an answer to that question. I feel helpless. I feel like I can't do anything against the powerful. I think your badge is a fantastic idea to give something in somebody's hands that they actually can do.
For the resistance, Kevin, that we've had, even from people who may agree with us sort of on one hand, but they're still scared. You know, they're still, well, I'm fearful. I don't want to get arrested, you know, if I go out and, you know, what if a policeman stops me and I get cited for a $150 fine or whatever. And there are a lot of people like that. They're just too scared to do anything. Here's my challenge to them. If you cannot stand up to this small thing today, what are you going to do when they come with a mandated needle in their hand and say, roll up your sleeve?
Yep.
Now, a lot of people are going to say, thank you, I've been waiting for you, and they roll up their sleeve and take a shot. That's their privilege. This is America. You can do what you want to do. If you want to do that, you want to shoot up heroin, you can do that. It's okay. You know, that's your choice. But for those who do not want to make that choice, who do not want to take the needle, they better start figuring out how they're going to say no when the time comes to say no. And that may come as early as December, as we already know.
That time is coming.
The time is at hand. So we need to grow a backbone, a collective, citizen-oriented backbone in America to prepare for the day to where we don't simply just say no to face masks, but we say heck no to your vaccines too.